Hello? Can you hear me? Am I coming in? Are we here? Are we live? It's hearable? How's the quality on that? Is it? I'm assuming the music's probably just a little too loud. Maybe just turn that down just a little bit. Is that coming through in the background? I don't think it is. But welcome. Let's close up the windows so no one outside can hear me. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the incorrigible, the put off till for the next day, the inevitable Ratatouille cooks stream. Hello, Phil. Hey Koji. Hey Polga. Hey Leon. Hey Strong Bad. Welcome everybody. It's been a long time coming. My last subathon was in October, and I refuse to do another subathon or marathon for donations or whatever until I complete all my goals from the previous one. So we're here. Ratatouille's here. We met the sub incentive back in October. A lot of life happened in between there, but I'm very confident that my cooking streaming skills here will be top notch. The setup is so much more professional this time, and it's only going to get better from here, folks. But yeah, it's great. We're perfectly set up. Let me switch over to the camera here. I have a webcam right in front of my face, so I'm stretching a lot. We'll leave on the rain wave, but welcome. After seeing the quality of the Skyline Chili stream, like how the capture quality came out, I realized that I was just being silly. This is like easy setup here, but welcome. We have a whole spread here. I got my mise en place. This is the French meal, so gotta use French words. But we're using Chinese eggplant because regular eggplant is very bitter if you don't cook it all the way through. So no worries. I got my coffee here. I'm gonna put this off to the side. Yeah, I'm Marcel Toy. Also that old alerts are on. Previous set of alerts from earlier, from like stream 1.0 or whatever are on. Their sounds are all on as well. That's because that runs off of my computer, not my tablet. So, you know, it's fine. Yeah. Also, Chinese eggplant, roughly the same shape and size.
Oh, I must say that smells delicious.
Get that? Did that come through? Yeah, you do need to sweat it, correct, but in the case of this, it would take a little bit more time than the other stuff, and it also matches up size, and also I prefer the milder taste. Perfect, yeah, so the sounds are coming through. You can use old sound alerts, everybody. I re-enabled them all, so there's something to do on this stream, but yeah, I'm using a Serious Eats recipe. This is not a Ratatouille. That's the April Fool's. There's the April Fool's joke. This is not a Ratatouille because Ratatouille kind of stinks. This is... Oh, hey, Azir. No worries. Welcome. Ratatouille is a pile of wet vegetables that are put in raw and boiled together. Like it stinks. The regular kind stinks. I'm making a tilleul. This is a very similar dish. This is what he made in the movie. This is the Ratatouille. So this is meeting you halfway. I'm making the thing he makes in the movie, but as a casserole. So bear with me, it's gonna be great though. I make a mean red sauce. Yeah, Ratatouille was never. It's just a funny little name. It's just a play on words, you know. So I got my yellow summer squash. I got my zucchini. I got my onions. I got my garlic. I got my carrots. I got my carrot. This is for the sauce. We're gonna use this to leach some of the sugar out of it for the red sauce. We got the salt and pepper blend. We're good. So first things first, I do want to preheat the oven because I'm gonna be, rather than doing these in a pan, normally you would either, in a normal ratatouille, you're gonna boil them all together. You know, they're gonna bake them in a dish together and they're basically just gonna boil off and steam and not be very good. I don't want to sit this up clean. But in this case, I'm also changing the recipe that I'm linking because the tilleul that he makes on Serious Eats is way too much work, way too fiddly. He pan fries, slices everything down, pan fries everything in batches. It'll take like 2 hours. We're not doing that. I'm going to slice these, coat them in oil and salt and pepper, and then throw them in the oven for like 15 minutes at like a high heat, preferably like a 390. So I'm preheating the oven to 390. So after I slice this up, which I'm going to slice the eggplant last because it... Welcome, yeah, see. I'm rat pilot cooking today. Because the eggplant starts to oxidize like as soon as you slice it, so I want to do that at the very last minute. So it doesn't look bad necessarily, it's fine. Like when I made this last night, when I made a test batch of this, it was great, but it did oxidize, and that wasn't something I realized about eggplant, so... First things first. Mandolin. Cannot find my safety guard for some reason, so I'm absolutely terrified to use this thing. I've seen multiple family members lose parts of their fingers to one of these. There's someone who's lost a knuckle to potato peeler. You don't fuck around. You don't fuck around with a mandolin. So we're gonna play it extremely cool, and I'm gonna tighten down my blade, make sure it's good. I have a guard somewhere, but I should be okay because I'm just not gonna slice down the very last little bit. I'll do the last. If it's getting my fingertips are getting anywhere near close, I'm gonna like just use. I have a knife right here. I'm gonna have to use a knife to slice the eggplant anyway. It's a little too starchy, kind of. I'm thinking like, yeah, everybody cuts themselves on the mandolin. You have to respect these things because they're so good at their job that they will, you know, basically a hand belly slicer. Thinking that might be good. That's probably maybe a little bit lower. I kind of want a nice like chunk. That was an issue I had when I made this before. Was I did not have a good I did not have like a good size. They were a little too thin. So while it made a good batch, like it came out very good, it was like 12 batches of baking stuff. It was way too much, and I almost forgot to put the apron on. We got the Malpoi sweet chili sauce apron. Let me toss that bad boy on. I want to ruin my shirt. I like literally never wear an apron. I've ruined multiple shirts. I've gotten chocolate on like, I think I got chocolate on one of my Pizza Tower shirt, like that I had to like wash out. Like it's awful. I have an apron right here. Just don't use it. Don't use it. Okay, let's see what kind of slice we get here. Pretty good. I think I might want it like a little bit thicker. Just a little bit more. Like I'll still use these slices, but yeah, I will not look at chat. I'm not looking at chat while I'm using mandolin. I'm looking at my fingers not disappearing. Alright, it's like perfect. Oh hey Nesmog, thank you for the sub. Did that come through as an alert? I didn't even hear it. Music was so loud in my eardrum. Thank you for the 5 months. Yeah, welcome to the Ratatouille stream. We're slicing vegetables. It sure did. Love y'all. You always tell it to me straight, you know? That's why I like my chat. I'm gonna slice into this too. So, I want to get the batches of these going as quick as possible because they take the longest. But I also want to get the red sauce going here pretty soon, so... The longer you cook the red sauce, the better it gets. So that's just facts. Where'd that butt go? Where'd that butt, dude? There it is. Luckily, it's pretty easy to slice a zucchini on one of these bad boys. Got its own little handle and everything. Yeah. Same as for never burning. I mean, if you cook it at too high of a temperature, you know. You really need one of these. These are like 30 bucks, you know, on a certain website. Really great at slicing any vegetables. You want to slice tomatoes? Like you want to do like deli cuts of stuff, but you don't want a deli slicer because you don't run a deli, for instance. So that's gonna be like the first batch that I'm gonna get set up over here. I'm actually gonna do that right now. But I'll start the red sauce. And the biggest time gate here is gonna be making sure all this stuff is properly cooked up. So what I want to do is I got a bowl here covered in fish. This was originally a Robin food bowl. He didn't want to eat food out of it, so it just became a human bowl. Yeah, I gotta slice my fingers. It's right there. Drop some we'll drop some olive oil in here. Probably want a little more than that. We're gonna want to move through this. That's the preheat signal. They don't really need too much room. Just kind of trying to get a crispy edge on them. And, you know, sweat them down. But I'm thinking I might be able to do, you know, one oven batch per vegetable here. This is looking pretty good. Because I can do two cookie sheets worth of veggies. Olive oil, yeah. Glad people are enjoying my slop posting. I realized I was mostly just eating slop for meals now. Alright, so I got my veggies ready to go. I want to get a quick burst of oil on these, so they get a nice coating in the oven. Been a big slop boy lately. Turns out medieval peasants had it right. Eating gruel was where it's at. They definitely did that by choice. You know, I think serfs had it right. I think serfs were really living the life. Alright, put some of this extra oil here. I could flip them. I've done that, because I kind of want oil soaked through. I think I will. Yeah, I mean, that's what happened to lobster, right? Like, lobster's the famous one. I think that's happened in the crawfish now, too. And Korean street food is becoming, like, haute cuisine, which is wild to me, because the whole point of it is it's made with really cheap, good ingredients. And I guess if it means, like, there's more, you know, like... Oh, wings are the ones that piss me off the most. When I was like hardcore bodybuilding, not bodybuilding, but you know, eating as much protein as possible while losing weight, a few years back, I started eating chicken gizzards. Like I tried experimenting with like for a month or two because chicken gizzards have like the best protein to fat ratio you can get on a chicken. It is like bar none. It is pure muscle. It's so good for you. It's unreal, and it is such an unpleasant texture because they're just muscle, so they're extremely tough. And it's not like anything gross. It's basically a muscle in the bird's neck that digests corn. You use to grind up corn. So it's not like you're eating like guts or anything like that. It's just like a muscle. But you really have to like work them to make them taste good. And it's like they're good deep fried, but like that kind of defeats the purpose of me discovering them, trying to make them healthy. Trying to find a healthy protein source with low in fat. Now I just eat whatever. Now I just trust myself that I eat a pretty balanced diet. Now I just eat slop for every meal. Alright, this one's good to go. I'm not going to start them because I want to start them together. I'm am I washing my hands? I'm gonna do another tray down here. Oh, I broke it to you. I'm a fool. See, the only issue is you really can't make this ahead of time. It's all about the presentation to the fish. To get that corn muscle. Yeah, wings pisses me off because wings have always been like the dirt cut of meat. I always think back to when I was a kid. I would go to like Old Country Buffet and I would always get like the teriyaki wings. So it's like, where else are you gonna just get unlimited wings for like $8 or whatever? They were gamers. They were delicious wings, I will say. There's one tip I can give people with regards to like apartment cooking or home cooking, where your setup is like less than ideal. Like you didn't pick your appliances. Like just kind of they came with the place, you know. Is always rotate your pans in the oven if you're baking something. Always. Oh, I forgot to salt these bad boys. Oh yeah, that's fine. I'm only gonna salt one side. That's right. I don't want to overpower these spices, but always rotate your pans in the oven halfway through. And no oven is like perfect circle, right? No oven is a perfect heating element. You gotta like, it's got cold spots and it's got warm spots, and if you move them halfway through the cook, if you can in fact get a much more even bake. If you ever make like cookies or something and you notice like half the pan is burnt and the other half is just like fine, that's why you get more even cooking on everything. I'll be rotating these too because they're gonna be on different shelves, so. But again, if you like buy new if you're somehow lucky enough to have like a landlord that bought new appliances or something, like brand new ones, newer ovens don't really have as much of an issue. If only you could hear this sprinkle. That's some ASMR. All right. We get these bad boys in the oven for like 12 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes. I'm increasing the temperature on the recipe as well, so that we take more, take less time. Yeah, this works out perfect. I got a timer set. I should set that away from the microphone so it doesn't just blow out in the eardrum. I want to get the red sauce started here, so I got a pan on. This is so wrong. I'm like cutting this the wrong way. Get rid of this onion skin. This is something I should have done beforehand. This onion skin. Still here. Is that Dragon Quest 8? Who's that? Dragon Quest 4. Okay, cannot hear it. Hey Ray. Hello, yeah, I'm on camera. I'm here. Sorry, I was just across the room. This is a weird... The recipe they have there for the red sauce is interesting because he dices up the onions and then throws them in, which I've never really... I've done before, but I always kind of like mixed results. Usually I soak an onion in my sauce, like I stew it in the sauce and then I pull it out at the end. These don't need to look good, this dice. This dice is purely for cooking purposes because it's going to get blended at the end. So I'm not gonna, I'm doing a rough dice. I'm doing good. I'm successfully not cut one of my fingers off yet. Great. Considering there's like a camera like an inch away from my face. That's making me have to hold my neck back. I think I just... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is the subathon incentive. Thank you again. I believe it was for 50 subs from back in October. So 6 months ain't bad. Please pray for your rat boy. He's I'm still waiting to hear back from for SGDQ next Tuesday. No. We'll know if Sneakers is in. You may be seeing me at SGDQ again. Secret to peeling garlic, so you can either crush it flat with a blade. You can use the palm of your hand. That one works pretty well. Usually if it's fresh enough, the skin should just come right off. Yeah, we'll learn if the mouse is in the house. I honestly, I've got all this, like, it's been so long since I played Sneakers, but like watching Scorpy play through it made me realize, like, I was like, there's so much more tech I can discover. Like, I was talking about it the other day about how I can skip Doshi now, I think, and that might get me to like a 145 Sneakers speedrun. Yeah, this is not enough garlic. They give you like 3. It says 3 for this one little batch, and I'm like, that's crazy. Got 9 minutes left on the vegetables. Not to save Doshi. It's so hard to keep him alive, though. That's the thing. If I could do like an incentive that was like we keep Doshi alive, I would. But he dies because he's bad at battle, and they just gang up on him. All right. It says 3 cloves. We got 5. It's fine. Sometimes I use one of those handheld garlic mincers if I'm really lazy, but you know I got to do this. This is for the subs, you know. I group these up. So. To watch me do a rough mince in the most embarrassing way possible. On this tiny ass cutting board too. God, I had to stand back so far. Terrified. Like, it doesn't matter again if there's chunks of garlic, because I'm gonna cook these suckers down here in a second pot, but hey, big effing rat. That's true though. They want to hide the aromatics for 99% of cooking. Yeah, they want you to settle for the nasty jarred shit, but nope. I've since become a I will not buy like lemon juice either anymore person. I've become such a snob. Like, fresh lemon juice is so different from the frozen, from the like bottled stuff. It's unreal. That place is very small. It's when I'm too lazy to like mince garlic myself. It's the real place. All right, so. Let me wash my hands up here. That's my pot. It's good. Actually, I'm gonna rearrange my vegetables real quick. About the halfway point. So. Whew, they're having a nice sizzle though. I'm flipping them. Also flipping them front to back. They really do. This is when I ate this, I was like, oh, this is good. I get it. Like, I get the Ratatouille love. It is a good vegetarian dish, you know. Um, anyway, at least, yeah, I think I have a knob of butter in here somewhere. I got just a little bit of butter left. This is exactly how much I want. I'm gonna toss this in the pot here. I'm doing my red sauce in. Throwing some olive oil in there too. Can't see it because it's on the stove. I can kind of tilt it here. You can kind of look, see? But not really. I used to eat raw onions and raw garlic, or not raw garlic, raw onions and raw green peppers when I was a kid. A lot. I always asked for like a little chunk of onion. I liked it. And even like a green pepper, like an apple, is like where it's at. So I want the butter. Always do a fat blend if you can too. That's the other secret to making stuff just taste good without trying. So recipe said to use just an oil. I'm using an oil and butter because butter will add extra little fat from butter will add a nice texture to this onion and garlic. So I'm throwing that in right now. Sorry, I'm no Graham Care. I can't show you pictures of my food here, but yeah, I mean, butter is really the secret. Butter is like, margarine is no substitute. There's one thing that margarine's good on, it's toast. And like some baking, but I feel like most baking can be improved with butter. I get it, it's cheaper, so like using what you got, but yes, you bake them first so they don't get soggy. You do this with all the vegetables. It makes it easier to layer too. Yeah, you should always be using a goodly amount of butter. I need a little bit of a rendering lag there. Still good? I think we're still good. Okay. I'm gonna pop up. Oh, Robin is here to harass me. I got a can of full peeled. You said they're San Marzano style? Sure. Whatever. They're not from San Marzano, but they're seeds. Hello, Robin. Robin heard a can get up. I just realized why Robin's in here. He heard a can. He thinks it's tuna. Can you hear him? Robin. Here, you want to sniff my finger? It's tomato sauce. I need to check something really quick. Yeah, okay. And then after this, I got my carrot here. I'm gonna chop and add this to the sauce here in a sec. Oh, and I want some red pepper flakes in this sauce. Just had them right here. Oh, it's fine. I got a nice bag of red pepper flakes. The local spice market. Yeah, I know, and how different alliums are for us. It's wild. They're very, very, very vastly. They enhance the flavor of a lot of our food. So I'm not doing the half onion in here. I'm going to be doing a carrot instead. I'm just going to, when I throw the red sauce in, I'm going to throw those carrots in with it, and then it'll pull the sugar out of the carrots as it simmers, as opposed to like adding like powdered, or not powdered sugar, but like granulated sugar to it. You get a natural sugar instead, and it gets better. Anyway, this needs to go down a little bit more. I need to get these ready in preparation for the next batch. Back to the old mandolin cutter. Perfect. See, I don't want to make it for that. And these. Onions and garlic are smelling very good. Very big. Ooh, something smells good. What you making? The energy in here. That's me anytime I cook, though. I'll be honest. Look at the size of these slices. These things are monsters.
Oh, I must say
I tried to get small yellow squash, and this was the smallest they had for real. Okay. Oh, this is a banger. Oh yeah. This is a spoon classic. Whenever people oh, that sounds awful, dude. Alright, so the vegetables are technically done, but they can go a little bit longer, and I want them to go a little bit longer, so... This is kind of the test batch. I was curious if this heat, how long they should take. Oh, now this is a good one too. Man, banger after banger. Okay. Something else I need. Oh yeah, so I need to add it's time to add the tomatoes in here. So we got a nice onion and garlic melange along with some red pepper flakes. Just go ahead and dump the can of tomatoes in there. Oh, I gotta do this on camera. Not that it's gonna really look like anything, but get that good ASMR. Get that sloppy ASMR. Popping her to can again. Here he is. I'm a big. I think red sauce is kind of slop, right? Oh, let me turn this down, sorry. There we go. So normally I would break. Normally I would break these tomatoes up by hand. I was actually planning on doing that, but these are pretty soft, so I'm just breaking them up with the spatula. Here's another little tip for you. If you want to make a truly good red sauce from scratch, you don't want to spend money. Buy canned whole peeled tomatoes. It's like the same price. You buy canned whole peeled tomatoes instead of crushed tomatoes or tomato sauce. The flavor and the sugars are still intact for the most part. And instead of the person at the factory cooking them for you, you're cooking them, right? Like when they're put through a tomato sauce or a crush, they're usually cooked a little bit, but like they're the ones processing them. But always buy whole peeled. The best. Here. Carrots go in, boom. Gonna check out the Zooks real quick. Let's see what they're like. Oh yeah. Right about how we want them. Normally I'd want a little bit more color on them, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the top. No. I was actually gonna see if I could blowtorch them, but I realized blowtorching on parchment paper might start a fire. So I have my blowtorch right here. But I was like, oh, I should blowtorch them. I could put a little bit of color on them, but like. Oh yeah, this works. This is stupid. This is a waste. This is a waste of gas. This is dumb. Anyway, let me pull the other one out here. Ah! They're looking a little wet, maybe a little under. Again, that's intentional. I don't want them cooked all the way through. Good though. Just grabbing another bowl here. I need a bowl to put these in so I can move on to the next step. Ow. No. It's still too hot. need my spatula here. They don't really need to cool down because they're still pretty solid. They're not really like cooked all the way through here. So what I like to do is I like to stack them each in each like corner here. And that way it's easier to build them later. Oh. But they've already been sweated a ton, which is great. So I'm just looking to, I need to reuse these pans and this parchment paper because there's no reason to waste it. A couple uses out of parchment paper, especially if it's the same thing I'm making. Here. Second one, swap in. See, I mean, this process is a bit involved, so I appreciate you being here with me for this adventure, though. But it does produce a pretty like stunning dish visually. It does look very impressive. I was shocked when it came out. I was like, that's a dang ratatouille. It's only been like half an hour though. We're making good time. Okay, that's good. That's good. I actually don't need this anymore, so I don't need this anymore, so I'm gonna put the blade guard back on here, so can't cut myself as easily. We're gonna put that in a place where I can't get my fingers in. Alright, so these go away. Our hands up so we can see the process. I guess I can actually just do cookies. You can see the process down here. You can see my nasty floor. Not sure, I swept before. I'm not so dumb as to not sweep before bringing a camera into my home, at the very least. I kind of want to put these small ones in the center because the center in general feels like it doesn't get as much heat on these cookie sheets. So the larger ones go towards the outside. I know usually the center of like ovens or whatever are the hottest part, but got the oil. Oil these suckers. Doesn't really need much. That's why I'm kind of like going back and grabbing some of these other ones because I'm like, oh, those look a little soaked through. Alright. I'm gonna do another one of these over here real quick. Music's so stressful. Anyway, yeah, I love to have my own cooking show, folks. I feel like if you have a cooking show, though, you do have to have, like, a character. You have to fill, like, a certain niche, right? Like... Save that for the eggplant. So... you sort of not that I mean for the food. And this, oil this side. I still gotta flip these other ones too. Okay. Getting closer and closer here. Did you see feet? Uh-oh. My cooking Sona? That's Marcel 20. It dates him on me. Alright, I gotta flip all these too. I totally spaced. Let's take one more batch of vegetables and then... and then I can finally assemble this beast. And then I'll probably take like a 15-minute break in the middle when it's baking. Like when the actual teal is cooking. So we'll probably run ads or whatever until everybody take a break while it's cooking. Smoke break, get some lunch yourself. And then we'll come back for the big reveal. I'll take another little break after that as I switch over to my computer instead of my tablet. Okay, so a little bit more oil here. Really doesn't need to be perfect. Actually, I think it gives it a little bit more character if they're not. Like, they do want to be cooked evenly, but I do actually think having different textures is good now. As long as none of them are unpleasant, right? I think, like, having it something that is both soft and crispy on the same side, I think that's appreciated. I think we're past an age where things like vegetables and whatnot need to have a uniform texture. Just covering up my own mistakes, yeah. Alright, get some more seasoning on here, and I guess I'm gonna have to make some more for the eggplant. I didn't expect it. The red sauce is going crazy. I'm gonna turn it down. We'll get these back in the oven. Like 13 minutes. So like probably like 7 and then 8. They just need a little bit more color on them, I think. Hello. It's a bright and fresh zucchini slice. That's bright. Let's check something real quick. Okay. Seeing what my next steps are, so I'm gonna simmer this sauce basically until everything's done. Just taking a drink of coffee. So, I'm gonna make some more salt and pepper in the blend real quick, so I'm gonna need it for the eggplant. What if I do it like this? Oh yeah, there we go. So yeah, unfortunately, it's an unfortunate side effect of being in the kitchen, Koji, is you might see feet. Fresh blood, of course. And then we got the salt hamster. Goes to the salt pig. Just give it a quick stir with the finger, you know, a classic mixer, the finger. All right. Just a little bit more olive oil in the bowl over here. I love having a salt pig. Salt pig, like having it as a hamster is great, but like just having a salt pig is like one of the best kitchen things I never knew I needed. It's just like having a little container of salt that's always on hand. It's so handy. And I clean up this knife real quick. Good. Time to slice up some eggplant. I'm thinking it's time to slice up some eggplant. Got this bowl from earlier. Got the eggplants from earlier. One thing with these eggplants, you want to make sure you get the top off. I don't even know if it's poisonous, it's just kind of gross, so. I'm thinking with this, I kind of want like about like that thick. And not break it. I think I just did. I think I do need to use like a serrated knife for this though, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure I'm murdering this. Instead we use the Subway knife. Yeah, this is the correct, but see, look at the first piece I did, it's already like oxidized. Ooh, look at those holes through it too, nice. He used to have a nice big slice that like can stand up to being heated in the oven. Like that's probably too big, but it's fine. That can be picked up afterward, you know, be distinct. That's not an angle like this. Oh, that is awful. Still very new to slicing these. But pardon my weird angled knife skills. Yeah, they oxidize very quickly, very starchy, but they don't really taste that different, so it's not a huge deal, it's just mostly presentation, so if it looks bad, it's not my fault. You gotta take the takeaway you should get from this. Oh, accidentally dunked. Oh, I accidentally went in a bowl full of water in the sink. Go off. By the way, these knives, these sandwich artist knives. Yeah, this cutting board is tiny. I used to have a wooden block one. I don't know what happened to it. It disappeared in the move. I'm very sad. Like a massive one. But these, cannot recommend buying like a Subway sandwich artist serrated knife enough. It is one of the most useful knives I've ever owned. It does everything, and it does it like very well. Only downside is it's tiny, but like unreal. So useful for tomatoes, yeah. Alright, let's get some more. How we looking? We still got a minute on the yellow squash where it needs to be flipped. Don't worry, I got stuff to do while this last batch will be baking of eggplant. So still plenty of things to dice and blend. Wouldn't you believe it? I'm actually like making way better time on this than I did when I made it for myself. The second time through, I'm just like blasting through this. Yeah, I think maybe you're supposed to keep them in water, probably like you do with potatoes, but fine. Timer's about to go off and catching it first. Rotate some vegetable pans. Do this quick like. Yeah, like in an ideal world, I would also flip over those vegetables in the oven to get like a browning on both sides, but I gotta be real, that's like way too much effort. So I still have an onion. I got these. I think we're ahead. Yeah, it's just like next is blend and then add the chopped spices, which I'll be chopping them here in a little bit, but yeah, we're pretty close. We're just waiting on vegetables. Get some of this coffee here. So you can just hang out, you know, I can answer some questions. This could be a ask me anything. Coffee's pretty good. Okay, I gotta find something here. Sauce is smelling great. Guess I can go ahead and I can pick these. Go ahead and pick my fresh oregano here that I already washed. I guess it's important to say I washed everything ahead of time. Yeah. That's why I put it in a big fancy bowl at the start. Oh, let's see. I played a Fantasy Star Online for like an hour last night on Xbox. So much labor, but it's so much fun. I played it for like an hour though, and I was like, oh my god, this is it. This plays perfectly. I can't believe we're at the point where we didn't know what to do with. Like Fantasy Star online can be emulated on like every console. Wild. I need to get a USB keyboard that I can plug into my original Xbox like converter port. So I think you can just plug in a keyboard and use it to type. But Xbox Live Insignia officially got it set up on the original Xbox. Yeah, pretty much. You probably could play it on the 3DS. I feel like if you program like your own like exchange, right? Like if you connect it to like a local DNS, there's got to be a way to emulate like PC on or Dreamcast on 3DS, right? Like that's got to already exist. Alright, that's picked. Pulling a few more off the branches here that I left on. I didn't do a great job picking all those, but this is fresh oregano. This is going to be going into the sauce once it's done simmering. Smells very good though. I've never really worked with fresh oregano. Last time I made this, I used fresh Marjoram. Marjoram, it's marjoram, it's not majoram. Alright. Like I said, all this is probably going in the sauce, most of it at least. Knife scraping ASMR. It works perfect. Alright. I think that's like all the vegetable chopping I have to do at this point. I think we're in the home stretch, folks. Just cleaning up over here, but once I'll probably run a break and an ad here once the last vegetable is baking. Just because like there's not really going to be much to do for like 15 minutes, and I would like to go to the bathroom. So, but I want to start the eggplant first, so I'm going to try to prep that. In the meantime, I'm just going to clean up. I'm gonna peek at my yellow squash here. Looking good. Probably rank it up to like 410 maybe in there. It's just like a steam lodge in my oven right now. All right. What can we do? I can toss these with oil, but I feel like they're just gonna soak it up. Then what I'll do is I'll put a platter down here, and then that way, or like a oven mitt, and then I can swap out. What I'm gonna do. I'm gonna heat proof this countertop real quick. That way you can watch me pull vegetables off. That's not the one. Use that last time. I can't use that bit again. Yeah. It's over here. Yeah, I can get rid of this too. I don't know why. Just clean up after yourself as you work. That's a cooking tip from me to you. Checking out this red sauce. Perfect. Molto bene. Their vegetables are going, so they're also cooked down just a little bit, so perfect. These yellow squash can lose their like shape really easily, so they have a tendency to mush. I'm gonna be extra careful with these. Except for the small ones. The small ones stay a lot firmer because they don't generally have seeds, but these big boys need to be treated with kid gloves. Oh, it goes off. That's Fire Emblem Warriors, that's why. I see. It's made to go off. It's like the Musou game, right? The like Dynasty Warriors one? Yeah, it has to be Fire Emblem Warriors, right there. Almost done. I'm just gonna eat this one. It's great. Mm. Oh, just a nice, just oil and butter, or just oil and salt and pepper, and so good. Home stretch, folks. Yeah, no, I do enjoy these cooking streams a lot. I've been trying to figure out what else I can make that's conceivably doable in like 2 hours. I know it looks like I'm going fast, but this is just kind of how I cook. With this like breakneck pace. I'm always curious. I was like, I wonder what people want to see. This one's kind of looking, so it gets eaten. All right, so we got 2 of the 3. We got yellow, green. We need purple. Yeah, a little snack. Folks, we just need purple. It's not too bad. They oxidize just a little bit, but they do get worse as time goes on. Mostly the flipping is going to be annoying. Yeah, you kind of. I deal with the Chinese eggplant here for multiple reasons based off the recipe. Actually, this is what the recipe says: is that it's less bitter, which is true. You can cook that bitterness off, but that's extra work. You have to salt. You can salt eggplant beforehand, for instance. And the taste is milder and the shape is right. So it's like win-win, you know. This is like almost just one sheet here. There's. Maybe these ones over here. It's such a vibrant dish once everything comes together. You'll hardly believe your eyes. Like those weird YouTube videos. They found one the other that have just like strange ways of summing stuff up. You know, like the J found one the other day was like he faked his own death so he could play video games in his grave, and it was for like some shitty like teen vampire movies. But like. So that was like these weird teaser lines that they're using to try to get you to watch like plot synopses on YouTube. So strange. Right, let's oil these suckers up. Almost done here. Yeah, everything's got a sizzle, you know? I had one that was like, boy discovers magical gemstone and gets powers he never expected. And that's just like an anime synopsis. It's so silly. Oil and these other ones over here, don't mind me. I guess you can see that on the camera. Right. Flip. Ideally, you know, I'm realizing I should probably flip these before I move on to the next pan, just because like it gives them time for the oil to sort of like not seep in. You know, gravity-wise, it'll seep down towards the paper. But I don't know. Guess you probably don't want your vegetables to absorb the oil, but I haven't really noticed this being like a very greasy dish, so. Flip in this other pan. Yeah, it pretty much is like explaining it in the worst way possible. Those clickbait things. They're for people to watch the synopsis of and then not actually like watch the movie. So you can be like, well, I want to watch this movie, but I just don't. But I don't want to like watch it. I just want to know what happened. It's just like, man, I understand watching someone stream something that if you don't want to play through it, but that's like you're watching like the whole thing. Movies is like it's a whole experience. You gotta watch the movie. Right. Boiling the last pan here. Sometimes I just drench a piece in oil and I feel like really bad. It's like, oh man, that one's all gonna be all greasy now, but again, I just don't notice it. Last time I ate it, I was just like, this just tastes good. Yep. That's the dish! Just like putting two and two together, like, wait, he was a rat. Don't need too much of this, because like, these aren't as packed as the last sheet, and every vegetable is getting salt and pepper. I don't want it to overdo it. Personally, I find it kind of hard to over-season vegetables, but... Alright, these eggplants are going in the oven. I think I can turn off this red sauce now. Okay. That for 8 minutes. Do some cleaning up here. I believe I don't need to oil. I'm gonna make sure, but I'm like very sure I don't need to oil the pan because I'm gonna be putting sauce down on the bottom. Yeah. So, say by the oil. Oil's getting dumped. Everybody in chat say goodbye, extra oil. We still got the fresh oregano here. I'm gonna put this onion away. I feel really bad. I think there's like, oh god, there's 3 halves of onions in my fridge right now. I need to get used. I'll use one of these tomorrow. I gotta make tuna salad for my lunch, so could make that tonight, I guess. I need to kill 15 minutes while I'm waiting for the cutting board in the sink. I was like, I could make my lunch for tomorrow for work. Watch me make tuna salad. It's better when it sits. Let's do it. Because right now, I guess, oh no, I need to prep the red sauce. Let's do that first. I was gonna take a break, but I'm feeling pretty spry. Feeling pretty up for cooking, so more. I normally would use a hand blender for this, for making the red sauce, but I really don't want to make like a big mess. The hand blenders tend to get everywhere. Ugh. And I don't want that. Good. I think some flour was had gotten on the top of the lid of this. Hey, normally you shouldn't blend hot liquids either, but this is a Ninja blender, so it can kind of handle them. It's not that great of a blender, but you know, gets the job done. I will mute the microphone when I turn this on, but so I'm gonna pull these carrots out. Carrots come out, they've done their job. Everybody say thank you, carrots. Well, he's kept having tomatoes stuck. Come on now. Come on now. I should do this again. I should do this towards the camera, but also not away from me. So try to break the buffer here so I don't get splashed in the face with boiling tomato sauce. But yeah, normally I don't usually blend my sauce that much. I do a little bit, but like the way you don't want the sauce. The sauce isn't the main star in this dish. The sauce is a supporting player. A supporting player. A supporting player. No. The sauce is a supporting player. So you don't want it to be the main star, so I'm not overdoing it. I'm not adding fish. Normally I'd add like fish sauce or anchovies to this, but we're not doing that. Normally a good blast of umami. You know what? I do want to do that. I lied. I was like, oh, it's too late, and then I realized, no, you added it at the end. What am I talking about? Where's the cheapest? I bought the cheapest fish sauce known to man. It looks like a soda. Yeah, the veggies are the quarterback, exactly. You know, it's kind of like the veggies are the engine and the sauce is the transmission. We'll drop some fish in. Yeah, I don't know if there's ever been like an actual fish near this fish sauce because it was like $1. Lucky fish sauce, like it's so it barely smells like fish sauce. Like just a little bit more. Should not have bought it. It's probably made with like cuttlefish or something, or a bunch of like bottom feeders. Alright, so I'm gonna mute the microphone because otherwise this is gonna like blow the speakers, so I'll show you after how this looks. Okay, and we're back. It's a very orangey sauce. But again, weak sauce, supporting player. It still needs salt and pepper. It still needs the oregano. So I'm gonna pour this into a bowl. Or even better, actually, I'm just gonna pluck this out. We'll finish making the sauce in here. Yeah, the dramatic music. Yeah, that's impossible for me. So here's the thing. I got specific qualms about that, and I'm assuming it's just because it's how I grew up, but like when stuff is like, oh, it's a one-dish meal, like I get it. But I get when I wanted to have a bunch of dishes to clean up, but it makes the meal worse. Things don't taste as good if you don't use the proper machine or technique. And I'm not saying it's true for everything you can make like that, and I'm not saying don't do that at the same time, but I bought these kitchen gadgets for a reason. It's to use them. No, I'll be damned if cleaning them is gonna stand in the way of me using them. If I can make my food taste better, this is looking pretty good. If I can make my food taste better via using a funny little machine every now and then, it takes an extra 5 minutes to clean when I'm doing the dishes, that's fine. That's worth it. That's just cooking, baby. Alright, this is exactly kind of the texture we want, so can you try it? Yeah, a little bit more salt, a little bit more pepper. A little bit more pepper. And the eggplants are about to need to be swapped. But also, I'm not gonna hold a grudge if you have cooked a specific way. This is just for me being someone who cooks way too much. And who does the dishes most of the time. I mean, there's no hate for my partners. I don't expect them to do my piles of dishes that I make. I just got blasted in the face with the eggplant steam, but I'm the one who does the dishes anyway. I don't mind doing the extra dishes if it means I get to cook something fun. Like, for instance, one thing I want to... My perfect example is the fudge I made for Christmas. You need to, like... Part of the recipe was to fold it on, like, a countertop. Like, to, like, toss it, you know, like you would, like, dough. Like pie dough. And, like, fold it over on itself. And it was like, this is an integral step. You do not want to skip this step. And they were right. The best fudge I've ever had in my life. And it was a pain in the ass, but it was so worth it. But if I had been afraid of, like, wiping down my countertops and sterilizing them so I could, you know, move 3 pounds of fudge with my bare hands, I would have never had that amazing fudge. I would never learn that I can make really good fudge. Alright, so the red sauce is done. I'm gonna make my lunch for tomorrow because I got time. We'll grab another cutting board. Got a couple of tiny dills left here. I got capers. I bought capers yesterday when I went grocery shopping. What else we got? Oh, onion. I'm gonna use a quarter of that onion I just cut. We got mayonnaise. Boom. We're gonna do the tuna salad. I'm on my tuna slop. I posted this one on Twitter, but now I got capers for it too. I'm just trying to find a good container for this. Here we go. Yeah, but you won't believe your eyes. I'll find a lid. I think I have to find a lid for this. There we go. There's a lid for it. Perfect. All right, so I got all this. I need my lemon. Lemon. Yes, sir. Need another knife to do this onion with. Finally, I guess we need to. You know, this is gonna attack. Watch. We'll hear him in just a sec. And you know, we are gonna give him it. Against my better logic. We got the mercury test tuna. So this is the tuna I originally bought for Robin, to feed him as a meal treat. That was a mistake. I also don't know why I grabbed this. Because Robin ate it very fast and became very fat, and I realized it's probably a really bad idea to give like an older cat like a big can of protein food every week. He got really fat. Like, I felt really bad. I was like, he's too old. His weight should not be fluctuating this much. Like, that's not good for him. Even if it's a treat, like he needs a stable weight, not like up and down. I don't want him to get like kitty diabetes or anything. So I drained the tuna water here. I give him the tuna water. This is what he used to get all the time. And he didn't come running. He must be upstairs. I think he's upstairs asleep on my bed. So he didn't hear the can. All right, tuna in. Boom. Amazing. Yeah, tuna in. Mayonnaise. We need onion. Quarter of an onion raw. Didn't think raw onion would work well in this, but it works very well. And I realized that this was probably the part I liked the most about. Like, I do, because it's fucked up. I do like Subway tuna salad. Yeah, so it works. It works. Because the lemon deals with the acidity. This is dangerous. And the fish kind of balances out, but like they put raw onion in their tuna salad at Subway. I don't even care that it's like a white fish blend or whatever. It's fine. It's good. Yeah, no, because that was my thing. I was like, I don't put raw onion in stuff because, like, man, shit will just burn through your stomach in a couple, like, all day. But the lemon basically neutralizes it, so. This is the wildest dicing I've ever done. I'm so sorry. If you're watching this, I apologize. And you're a top chef, I apologize. It's embarrassing. Anyway, quarter of an onion. Boom, goes into the tuna. I don't want to use like all of it. I'm gonna pick through it. I don't want to get these like cores, for instance. Gross. Yeah, Koji's sitting there at his chef coat saying "sacre bleu." Let me get rid of these onions. Next step, these tiny pickles. I was about to reach my hand in there, but I realized I was on camera and I didn't want to be. I was about to use the same knife actually to reach in here, even though this is like, I think I'm the only one eating these at this point. But... down like that, down like that, and like that. Together. Boom, 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 boom. Like clockwork. I pull my fingers back. I don't rest. This is too small for my knuckle. My knuckles are too big. I practice safe for my giant hands knife skills. I keep my fingertips back. This, I should cut this and that one. You look on my eggplant, it might need a little bit longer. Give it like 2 more minutes. Which is conveniently long enough for me to finish this. So I'm good dicing, just need to get some capers in there. This is a new idea. I was like, man, I should put just like I'm gonna spill caper water on my hand is what I'm gonna do. Like, I bet, a tuna salad would be really good with just like a couple capers. Don't know how you get capers out of the jar without getting caper juice everywhere. Alright. Okay. Spoonful of capers. My hands are just like covered. Mayonnaise. Best foods. got it right there on the name. Don't use very much. I don't like mayonnaise. That's about it. Maybe like a little bit more. That's about it. There you go. This is the secret. Right here. This is the big one. So the reason I wanted to make this right now while I had the time too is I'm a firm believer that tuna salad is much better if it gets to sit. Yeah, fresh lemon juice. These are seedless, so otherwise, you know, cut the seed out. You can't really see it, but even half a lemon goes like, even if that sounds like a lot, it's like not. It's like perfect in this. Okay, we get rid of this. Give this a quick mix. Hoping I won't need more like mayonnaise. I don't think I will. I always forget you should chop up the tuna first after you uncan it, but yeah, I was buying this tuna for Robin because it's like the mercury test stuff. It's pretty pricey, and he doesn't really like cat food. He's never liked cat food, even though it was the only thing I was buying for him. But he does like canned tuna, and he likes corn chips. Oh shit, Nez, thanks for converting it to a regular tier 1. I welcome all subscriptions, regardless. I want to hit this with the black pepper. I know my eggplants are still burbling away in there, but... Of course, black pepper, salt, boom, done. That's tuna slop, folks. And then I don't put this on the bread until tomorrow. I always keep it separate so it doesn't soak in. If you thought tuna salad couldn't be good, that's where you're wrong, pal. Just simple local ingredients. Alright. Let me clean this. Let me get this stuff out of here. I gotta get those eggplants. Perfect. It's not looking bad at all. A couple of crispy bits here, but these take a little bit longer to cook in general than the other vegetables. Again, they're mostly starch. But the other ones are mostly water. Well, not mostly starch. They're just starch. Let me see what temp I need to set. I made my tuna salad for lunch. I'm glad y'all could enjoy it. Yeah, we want to set this to like 420. I got my bowl ready. We're gonna remove the eggplant. See how much smaller it got too? Very small. I think you can optionally do something like you could definitely do tomatoes in this, right? Like, I think that's what they do in the movie, but you could easily slice tomatoes and roast them off, which would be pretty good. Like a nice sun-dried tomato. Right, incoming loud sound. I'm gonna try to do it away from the mic, right? Oh, that actually killed it pretty well. For the date. Let's get the next one up here. And then next step is building the ratatouille, y'all. So you see how much of a difference it makes once you see these everything brought together and just kaleidoscope of summer flavors in spring. I also realized this is like a summer dish and I'm doing it. pretty solidly when the vegetables are not in season, but they still taste good. They still taste good. That's the beauty of commerce, is we can have vegetables out of season year round. Okay, so home stretch, assembly time. This is where we're at vegetable-wise. Quite a collection. I need to convert this. I need to figure out what is the best side dish for this. I'm thinking nice square dish should work, but I'm wondering if I should go bigger. I feel like I should go bigger. This song is nuts. But I wasn't the only one. I was like, I don't know what the hell this is. Maybe a little bigger, yeah. I was like, I can make 2 of these, but like. Great. Good. Got the long one. So first thing is gonna drop down, eat it. The crumb on here. We gotta pour some sauce in here and not splash it everywhere like I just did. Didn't expect it to pour that fast, but a nice layer at the bottom is kind of what you want. Because I'm gonna be topping it with a little bit more at the end, but I want it to be like rivers. I don't want it to be like raining, if that makes sense. And then at this point, it just becomes a layering game. You grab one, drop it in. One. It's pretty patient. You get to be pretty patient. And you can kind of squish them up later, so not a big deal if they're not perfect right now. You kind of just, this is the reason you undercook them too, is these get a lot harder, like I said, to work with as they get mushy. So like, it's in your best interest to not like cook these things to death. Music is so dire. I'm just grabbing one of each. You know, I'm doing it very fast, but I'm grabbing one eggplant, one zucchini, one yellow squash. Gets layered in there. This is a good dish to make if you want to impress people and you want to do it for like $10 tops. This is a dish that is very, very inexpensive, especially if you buy it while it's in season. Like a homemade, one thing I always want to stress, a homemade tomato sauce goes so far, you have no idea how much of a difference it makes once you've been living the homemade tomato sauce life. And it's roughly the same price, you know? It's like, you're not keeping onions around the house. You're probably keeping onions around the house anyway. Onions are the basis of cuisine. But other than that, all you need is like maybe some, you could even use just spices. I've made tomato sauce with just tomatoes and like garlic, I think, was all I had. And I made up for the rest of it with like powdered spices. And it was like, this is fine. This isn't the best, but that got mislayered. Very important. Yeah, see, I'm already running out of like zooks. Normally you want them a little tighter. I'd probably make like another batch of vegetables just to cover my ass, make it like extra stuff. But I knew I was on a time limit today, so. Here. Yeah, he does do it faster. He does it in like 20 minutes. It's ridiculous in the movie. Oh, you get like wet ones like that just like fell apart, but it doesn't matter. It's all getting baked into a big delicious pile of vegetables. Like, the best thing is the leftovers of this like rule. Because you can just eat them cold and they're really good. Like one of the descriptions, one of the people in the description is talking about how like they would, or the comments was like, yeah, I just eat this cold the next day on toast. And it's like, oh, that sounds like the best breakfast. Like cold roasted vegetables. So good. Shit, I gotta turn this up. I gotta stub my toe. This is perfect timing. It's really, really coming together. We might have a miscellaneous row down here for the leftovers, but. Or the extras. There's not always a perfect balance of each, right? There's always a little bit more. It's tough to time the right exact same amount of vegetables slices. Oh, this one just straight up fell apart, see? Tuck that into the sauce. Yeah, and then once I build the last row, I can go back in and insert stuff that's extra. Sort of shore these up. Like, and ideally you do want them all like the same size. Like I said, this is mostly a dish of like, you really want to like pick your produce for this dish, right? Because you want stuff to be roughly around the same size. So this is mostly a visual dish. Like a lot of the. Like a lot of vegetarian food tastes great, but like you're eating a lot of it with your eyes as well. Small ones there. You can see how like sweated it's become. The layer like that at the bottom. Same. This one can probably use some more stuffing. Oh, backwards. Thank you, Nez. You'll get a lunch break. You'll get a lunch break soon. As soon as I'm done putting this together and putting it in the oven, I'm gonna take like a 10 or 15. Got really loud. I'm sorry. It's like also got more stuff. Like I'm shouting over the music now. Okay. I feel like I'm drawing this out, I know, but yeah, sorry, it wasn't like I thought it was it sounded like the Halo theme was popping off, and then it just kind of went into nothing. think it's like a mission screen, maybe. Alright, yeah, so there's just a little bit more left here. I'm just gonna stuff what I can in here. I'm out of Zooks, so just got a little bit of eggplant left. Imprecise. Get rid of this. Boom. Look at the dish. You got it right here. Got our beautiful stacked vegetables. Our stunning orange sauce. You know, I should have made this like a cream vodka sauce or something. But again, the sauce isn't the star here. So at this point, I want to make, like I said, I want to make rivers. I don't want to make it rain necessarily, but it's okay if some gets on top. We want some of this. I want some of this to even out here. Ideally, you could hit this with a little bit of Parmesan too. Leveling it. Yeah, you can drop a little bit of Parmesan on here, but let me see if I got any. I don't think I do. I think I just got the shaky Parmesan. No Parmesan, sorry y'all. Or even like a nice mozzarella. I don't know if it's probably pretty good. I'll have some mozzarella. A little moisture mozzarella. Oh, I see, from the bag got torn up. Yeah, I'd probably put just a little sprinkling of mozzarella cheese on top here, just to break it up. It's very much like a vegetable lasagna, honestly. I don't want like too much. Again, don't want to overshadow it. Normally I would drown something in cheese, but gotten a lot more subtle with it these days. All right. Jeez. There's a little bit of sauce left, but it's fine. You make like the mozzarella sticks or something. So at this point, I think we just throw it in the oven for 15 minutes. Yeah. Heat it through and lightly brown on top. Let's do it. Basically a vegetable lasagna. For 15 minutes, I guess. But I'm gonna clean up here. We'll take a break. We're gonna go BRB for about 15, I think. I'll probably come back a little bit before it's done, just to like prep and be like, hey, here we are. But yeah, take a break. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna BRB. Like I said, I'm gonna run an ad. We got the portal back. The portal's back. But yeah, see y'all in a little bit. See it like roughly around 3. We'll shoot for around 3. Yeah, this is a big break. Okay, hello. I am back. Sorry it took a little bit longer than I thought, but that's okay because the dish is still not quite done. It's not quite as brown as I want it to be, and the cheese isn't quite as melted. But we'll take a look. One sec. Oh, it's probably doubled up. Let me get rid of that. It's fucking boner music. Yeah, dressing this thing. Woo, Nelly. Let's take a look together. Getting there. It's not quite as brown as I want it to be, though. I want some more color than this. Of these. Like, I don't doubt it would taste good now, but you know, like, I feel like unless I broil it, it's not gonna get browner. You feel me? I think we take drastic measures. You know, we're making food. We're making Food Network quality food here, right? We need to make it like it's on the TV show. So it's like once a summer, I break this thing out. We gotta make it presentable. Gotta put some color on it. This is how you do it now. It's like I'm grilling. This is what I'm talking about. It's getting some great color. Oh man. This is the April Fools. You watching me use the you watching me use the kitchen torch to pretty it up. Beautiful. Nice charring. Woo! Look at that. That's just the tomato sauce cooking off. So it's kind of exciting, isn't it? Yeah, I don't want to get too close to the edge because it's these Pyrex. And I don't know if I can. Butane torch probably could get a little. Probably is fine, but just in case. Anyway, that's it. Let me plate some up here so you can see. This is another one of the things that, like, when you're putting it in just a dish like this, it's pretty unremarkable, but once it's plated properly. Get the spatula from the sauce before. I don't want to dig into like probably somewhere there. I actually probably want like a stir. Just setting fires, yeah. April Fools. This is a lot. This is much bigger than I expected it to be. It's also probably where I would hit it with some more green herbs on top, like a nice parsley. Make this plating presentable, yeah. I don't know how to play it like at all. It needs like a nice sprinkle of something on top. You gotta feed it to ego. The Living Planet? Oh, that's the guy from fucking... I'm an idiot. See, I like it with more sauce than he did, though. I was very, oil. Oh, that's quite a shot, isn't it? Make it presentable, wipe the edges. It's not quite there. I want to, like, needs a nice crusty bread. I got that right here. You need crusty bread and like some butter on it, but like I don't really have melted soft butter. Got a nice sourdough here. Little slices, but not buttered. Needs to be buttered. So yeah, I'm gonna plate this up. I'm probably gonna add more. Let me butter this real quick so you get the full money shot. But the plan is I'm gonna set this up here. I'm gonna probably plate a little bit more on there, so it's a little bit more substantial since this is my lunch. And then I'll probably go BRB for just like a few minutes. But at some point the stream's gonna stop for like half a second when I transition it over to the PC. And then we'll dig into the Ratatouille game I got lined up. I will eat Ratatouille while we play Ratatouille. Working this butter in, don't mind it. It's cold. I feel so. I'm gonna destroy this beautiful, nice bread that I bought. The butter is too dang cold. Like watching me butter bread on air. This is content right here. Okay, I'm working it. Worked it. I just need to get some more of that over from over there. Yeah, there we go. Consider it worked. Normally I just like warm it under hot water. It's not as nearly as exciting on camera. This one's falling apart, but I shouldn't do that. Well, I don't have the skillet up alarm prod, but you got voila. Oh, wait, can I get like a better sound quality? That's a Ratatouille a la Tion. Come on, focus. Oh, focus. It's blurry. Alright, going apple tea. Meanwhile, I got this full ass pan. Yeah, I'm gonna go BRB again. I gotta take, you know, candid shots of this for the record. Because I think I need to take, whenever I do a cooking stream, I'll have a cooking stream tab of everything I've made. So you can look at pictures of my food. But I'm gonna go BRB. It's gonna be another like 5 or 6 minute break. I need to get my food together and get upstairs, so at some point it'll switch over to the other BRB. So be aware.